Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. The inner strength in the field of ignorance is called as faith. In Kathopanishad, right in the beginning, the story begins with reference to a great child whose name was Nachiket. The Upanishad begins, Ushan Havai Vajishravasah Sarvavedasam Dadau Tasyaha Nachiketa Nama Putras Tagamha Kumaragam Santam Dakshinasu Niyamanasu Shraddha Avivesha Saha Amanyata. This is how this Kathopanishad begins. There was a person, Vajishravas. He was a very nice religious person and doing all good in the society. Serving the people, giving things in charity and donation. However, what happens? Normally our charity and donation is with an expectation to get something back. For example, the income tax deduction certificate. So there also it is not a charity, it is more of investment, isn't it? This has been always going on. So this Vajeshravas, what he did, he conducted a yajna, and in that yajna, Sarvavedasam Dadau. In that yajna, one is supposed to give away everything what you have. So, what he did, the wealth is indicated in terms of cattle. So he divided his total wealth in 3 parts. One he gave to his wife, the best one he gave to his son, and the dilapidated, ready to die cattle he kept in his name. And then he decided to give away. So all the Brahmins were called to give the charity. Deshe kale cha patre cha. When we give something, to whom we give? That is also equally important. If somebody says, see, I was going and there was one poor man standing before a drinking booth and he could not drink because he didn't have money, and therefore I felt very bad. Therefore I took out my wallet and gave him one full bottle and drink it. That is not charity. So, what he did, he gave away these cows which were ready to die. And when this was seen by his son, he felt very bad. That what my dad is doing is not right. Because Tagamha Kumaragam Santam, he was a child of 11 years. Kumar is an age group before the teenage begins. 7 to 11 or 12 is called technically as Kumar. Innocent, pure, no politics in the mind, straightforward. So he saw his father, whatever he is doing is not right. However, one of the most important things which many of us forget, we have no business to advise elders in life. Elders should never be advised. Elders should be respected. See, about this I will tell you one example. There was one doctor, there is, why I make a historical fact, she is still alive. So, she came from US to India, Delhi, to meet her father because he was having heart problem. And she was known to me, that time I was in Delhi, my lectures were going on. When she read in the paper, she was coming for the lecture. And third day she came, Swamiji, I want to come with you for breakfast. I said, come, whatever will come in front, you have to eat it, you can't order anything. Because we are beggars, and beggars have no choice. So, okay, Swamiji, I won't ask special things, come. And then she started crying. I said, am I that bad that looking at me started crying? No, I want to take your advice. Why this is happening? So what happened? She said, when I came from US, my father was so happy. He virtually ran and hugged me and kissed me. We were sitting together and taking food together. And suddenly, third day, he just avoids me. When I go to his room, he will go to other room, some or the other. He stopped facing me. Why this is happening, I don't know. I said, okay, tell me something about your father. Then she said, Swami, my father is a one who has never gone to any temple, who has never gone for any satsang. He believes only in liquid spirituality and eats all non-vegetarian and enjoys life. Say, okay, that's enough. Now, I can imagine, I don't know, this must have happened. You must have told your father that, Dad, now you have a heart attack, now stop all this drinking and all that and spend some time on studying Bhagavad Gita because you have heard it. And then you must have told him many good things. Friends, when elders have to receive advice from the youngsters, it is equivalent to an experience of death. And therefore he is avoiding you. So she said, yes, Swamiji, I told him that, Papa, now enough is enough. Now you come with me to satsang and I will introduce you to Swamiji and he will teach you and everything, blah, 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 blah. I said, that is why he is not coming. Elders should never be advised or taught. Because it is an altar of reverence. See, you all must have done it. I didn't study in schools and colleges, therefore I don't know. But this much I know. From one person telling me this. He said, Swamiji, did you go to school? I said, I am born on the banks of Ganges, where will I go to school? No, you must have gone. I said, yes, I went in my small school for 3-4 years. And there I never used to like one teacher who was teaching us Sanskrit. And he used to punish me. And his punishment was very funny. He will ask me to go backward toward the wall, face the wall and tell, go ahead. I say, I can't go further now. Then he will ask me to raise my hands like Jesus Christ. And he used to crucify me for 35 minutes. So I used to never like that teacher. Because I did not like the teacher, I did not like Sanskrit. And that time as a child I had taken a vow in my life, I will never study Sanskrit. Now there is nothing wrong with Sanskrit. Because the teacher who was teaching me, for him I did not have respect. A person for whom we don't have respect, we don't learn. And when we start teaching elders, advising them, finding out their faults, we lose an altar of reverence. A person who does not have at least one altar of reverence in this world, he is poorer than the poorest. Why this altar of reverence is required? See, everything we don't know, and we want to know everything. So how will you proceed? You have to believe in somebody blindly. See, acceptance in the field of ignorance blindly is called as faith. See, don't we do this thing? I did it once in Kerala. Me and my friend, we were driving, and he also didn't know, I also didn't know the place. So I said, hey, stop, that girl is going, she's a school girl, she will understand English. So we stopped. I said, hey, we have to go to such and such place. Do you know that place? Can you guide us? Of course. Then she said, can I sit in your car? I said, yes, please sit down. Then she took us. Go ahead, the second right turn, we took the second. Then first left. Then after that, the fourth house, we went there. She got down. She said, this is my house. I get down here. So you go back where from you have come and ask somebody. So when you don't know, you have to ask somebody, and that somebody is the one for whom we have to have faith, is it not? If we start doubting, we cannot live our life even for one moment. Bhagavad Gita says, Samshayatma vinashyati, nayam logoste naparaha. See, the one who has got doubt, that doubting Tom can never have peace within. See, every time doubtful. See, and therefore, to get out of this clutch of our human mind, we require an altar wherein we do not ask questions. Because questions keep us away from the truth. Questions are a boundary line which bars our entry in the divine kingdom. Why? Because the truth is beyond question. Through the sense organs, we can see the world in 5 different ways. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. The sound, the touch, the forms, the smell and the taste. These are the only 5 objects in this world. They can be known through the sense organs. I had a friend, Swami is no more now. He used to tell me, he said, Swamiji, when you teach and you talk about the 5 sense organs and 5 organs are the 5 sense objects, I don't agree. I said, why you don't agree? He said, because I have never smelled anything in life, because my nose is always blocked. So for me, there are only 4 objects, not 5. So through the sense organs, we can experience 5 objects. Through the mind, we can experience experiences of joy and sorrows. Through the intellect, we can conceive concepts. See, tall, short, near, away, square, circular. These are all concepts. They are known by the intellect. And the truth is, na tatra chakshur gacchati, na vag gacchati, na manaha, na vidmaha, na vijanimaha yatha etat anushishyat. Upanishad says, the truth is that where sense organs cannot participate, where organs of action cannot hold, where the mind cannot feel, and where the intellect cannot comprehend, because the truth is not a concept. So that it is beyond cause and effect. About that, you ask a question, why? You will fail utterly. See, friends, Bhagavad Gita very clearly says, Shraddhavan labate jnanam tatparaha sayyatindriyaha. The knowledge is for those who have Shraddha, faith. Bhagwan Shankaracharya defines Shraddha in Vivek Chudamani. Shastrasya Guru Vakasya Satya Buddhyavadharana Sa Shraddha Kathita Sadbhihi Yaya Vastu Upalabhyate. Vastu means Paramatma. What is said in our scriptures, what is told by the teacher, how that is correct, this positive approach is called as Shraddha. Normally our approach is negative. See? Like one young boy came and asked me this question, Swamiji, why God created this terrible world? I asked him, did God come and tell you that I have created this world? No. You people tell only God created this world, and then we also tell you that you are dumb. Do you agree? See? Therefore, when we start on the spiritual path, the first step is Shraddha. Once Vivekananda, when he was Narendra, he was called by his Guru, Bhagwan Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. And when he was called, he came, and the youngsters, he said, Thakurji, you are getting attached to me. You are a master, you should not get attached to anybody like me. You are calling me specially. That time that great teacher says, my dear child, you accept me as your Guru under the suspicion and doubt environment. But I know what you are. The Guru looks upon the teacher from the eye of wisdom, and the disciple looks upon the teacher with the eye of suspicion and doubt. Let us see, kitne gehre pani mein hai. See, friends, it is extremely necessary. If we want to proceed on the spiritual path, we have to have faith. We have to have faith. See? And whenever there is faith, there is no problem. Even our existence is impossible without faith. Has anybody ever seen and remembers from which womb we were dropped in this world? People tell, this lady is your mother, and we start accepting. We don't know. And that mother whom we accepted, she is our mother. She tells, this man is your dad. Our very existence is dependent on blind faith. See, friends, therefore faith is the inner strength. Many people have what is funny notion that, oh, ignorant, people who are not intelligent, they have faith in God. No, friends, it is the inner strength. It is not a weakness. See? So when our Nachiket, he saw his father distributing this dilapidated cows, Dakshinasu Niyamanasu, he, first of all, what came in his heart, Shraddha Avivesha. See, Shraddha Avivesha. When you think with Shraddha and when you think without Shraddha, there is a gulf of difference. See? You all must have experienced in your childhood. Normally the fathers are Hitlers. Because poor fellow, what will do? He has to take care of the Mahamaya and you. So unless they become Hitler, they have no choice. So they are Hitlers. And therefore the father is a disciplinarian. Don't do this thing. Do this thing. Oh my God. And that time the child thinks, if there is some monster in this world, he is my dad. Starts negative thinking. Because he doesn't have faith that he is doing whatever he is doing for my good. He doesn't have. And the same child grows up under the strict disciplinarian father, develops good habits, and when he is grown up all alone, he has to face the world. That time he remembers, I remember my dad used to be so disciplined and so strict. Today, that discipline alone is coming to my help and none else. That time, if he had revolted with ignorance, without faith, he would never have been benefited. See, friends. Therefore, Nachiket was that quality of child. Nachiket is the best definition of an ideal seeker of truth. In Kathopanishad, the first chapter, first Valli, deals exclusively with who is an ideal seeker. Spiritual practice is not for those who do not deserve to grow. They have to work hard. See? And for in that working hard, the first step is Shraddha Avivesha. And when we have Shraddha or faith in our heart, then we start thinking positively and creatively, not negatively. See? That if somebody is scolding me, see, he is not scolding me just for the sake of telling. There must be something good for me. See, like our scriptures tell us. You all must have studied in your KG1, KG2. Early to bed and early to rise is the way to be healthy, wealthy and wise. How many of you go early to bed? Then how many of you are out of the bed early? Unless there is a sunrise and there is no choice but to get out of the bed, then we get out of the bed. So all what we learned has gone to dogs. See? Start your day early in the morning and see the change in your life. You know, there is one Mahapuran that it is written, those people who are out of the sleep and out of bed after the sunrise, not before sunrise, in their next life, they become bed bugs. So next time you see bed bug, talk to him. Agla janam. But why should we get up early? See, when our scriptures tell, are the scriptures happy to push out of the bed? It is for our good. See, friends. Therefore, when we follow the scriptural injunctions with faith, we will not doubt, we will start practicing it. See, friends. That is how Shraddha is the inner strength. And when you start with this inner strength, a Nachiketa is born in you. Nachiketa is an ideal seeker. See? One of the name of Nachiketa is Nachiket fire. Fire never goes down. You lit a stick and try to put the fire down, the fire always goes up. A spiritual seeker never goes down. Swalpam api asya dharmasya trayati mahato bhayat. Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, if you follow this strictly, even little of it it will definitely help you grow spiritually. See, friends. So, positive thinking is a child born out of the mother called as Shraddha. Without Shraddha, you can never think positive. You'll keep on thinking negatively. But why this is done? Why this is done? One person told me, Swamiji, I have celebrated the Shraddha of my father in a unique manner. I said, what is the unique manner? He said, I got up in the morning as usual at 9 o'clock. Unique manner. Then I finished my bath, dressed myself properly. Then I decided, whichever first beggar I come across, I'll pick him up. So the first beggar, I picked him up and took him to a 5-star hotel and told him, eat whatever you like. And I told that bearer, give him whatever he wants. Chicken, fish, meat, anything he wants. And I told, don't worry, eat whatever you want, I'll pay the bill. This is how I have celebrated the Shraddha of my father. What is your opinion? I said, I don't opine on foolish things. No, is it not a better way of doing than giving to the Brahmins? I said, you tell me, who told you to do Shraddha? 5-star hotel? No. Scriptures told you. Yes. Suppose you have got an Apple iPod. Who will tell you what is the correct functioning of the iPod? Apple or the Dell or Windows or the Samsung? Who will tell you? Only the book supplied along with the Apple iPod, is it not? What are the functions? How to use that? Only that book which is supplied along with the iPod, that alone will be the right authority, is it not? In the same manner, when we are told to do the Shraddha of our departed people, who told us? Did the Constitution of India tell us? No. It is the scriptures told us. So how to do the Shraddha, the do's and don'ts also is determined only by the dictum of the scriptures and not our own whims and fancy. But we become modern. This is how, instead of helping ourselves, we destroy ourselves. Therefore, when Bhagavan Shankara said, Shastrasya Guru Vakyasya Satya Buddhyavadharana, what is said in the scriptures, what is said by the teacher, should be accepted that it is truth and it will help you. Otherwise, if we start doubting, like one boy asked me, Swamiji, I want to ask you a question. Yes. Have you seen God? So I said, why should I tell you? No, I want to know. I said, you may want to know, but I am not obliged to tell you. No, the same question was asked by Vivekananda to Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. I said, maybe you are Vivekananda, I am not Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. See, friends, we don't know even what question we are asking. Have you seen God means God is an object with a name and a form which can be seen by the eyes. It is something like, in the light of this bulb we can see everything. Can we see the electrical energy with this light? We cannot. In the same manner, that because of which the eyes are able to function in their own field. How can that be seen by the eyes? Not knowing this, we just throw a question without understanding what we are asking. See, friends, Nachiket was a positive thinking child, the seeker of truth. So, Shraddha Vivesha, when he saw the wrongdoings of his father, first of all, the positive thinking came in his mind. And then, Saha Amanyata, Then he started thinking. When we start thinking with a positive attitude and when we start thinking with a negative attitude, there is a lot of difference. See? There was some place somewhere and they used to have some meeting about something to be done for their organization. So they used to call me and I used to go. My interest was garam garam chai and garam garam samosa. I had no other interest. So I used to go there and they used to discuss this way, that way, and all kinds of thing, 1 hour thing, and after that samosa. And every meeting conducted by any committee, you know what is the meaning of committee? Committee is a group of people who individually are not committed to anything and together they decide they cannot be committed to anything. And every committee meeting ends with only one conclusion: when is the next meeting? So I enjoy this Lord's Leela. So I went there and I used to eat my samosa and cup of tea. When the third meeting was done, then they said, "Swamiji, you are not telling anything." I said, "No, you are all talking and I am here for listening. You know. So I am enjoying. Go on talking. No, we want your input." I said, "You are touching a wrong point. You will not like it." I said, no, you please tell us." I said, "All what you are discussing is how this cannot be done. For that you don't have to discuss. Don't do it. If you have to discuss, you think how it can be done." So the positive approach in life is very important. And this positive approach can come if we are having this inner strength called as Shraddha. Shraddha vivesha saha amanyata. See? So this child could have thought in a negative manner. "Oh, dad is damn useless. He never listens to anybody. He thinks he's wise. I am going to leave him." See? And go away. Kicking the father and going away because he doesn't listen. This is not wisdom. See? A son is supposed to help his father. Father means parents. A child is supposed to help his parents, whatever they are. That is the meaning of a child or son or a daughter. So, he saw when his father was doing something wrong, he started thinking that son is the property of the father. Be attentive. None of us have produced our body. Our body is produced by our parents. Is there anybody? "No, Swamiji, I am a self-made man. Like an amoeba, I am born of myself." Our body is produced by our parents. So who has the first right on our body? It is the parents. So he started thinking that me as a son, as a child, as a daughter, I am the property of my father or mother. Then when in this yajna, he is supposed to give away everything. So he has divided his property into 3. The mediocre cows he kept for the wife, the best cows he kept for me, the son, and the dilapidated he kept for himself. And these dilapidated cows are being given in donation. But I am also his property. I have no right on me. The first right on us is of our parents. Therefore, Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atithi Devo Bhava. See? And therefore he asked, "Dad, Kasmai Mam Dasasiti?" See? I am your property. You are giving away everything. Those cows, these 20 cows belong to this Brahmin. The Brahmin will take. So dilapidated cow, and when some cow dies on the way, the Brahmin has to dispose, not me. Getting the ADG certificate, income tax deduction certificate. He has to dispose, I don't care. So, I am your property, to whom will you give me? Kasmai mam dasasiti, dvitiyam tritiyam tagam hovacha. Being a child, he asked. Imagine, the father with a nice lungi and all the marks on the forehead of a dharmatma, he is giving the charity things, and the small little child, 10, 11 years old, he is holding on to the feet or the legs of the dad. Dad, now I am also your property. To whom you will give me? To whom you will give me? Dad, come on, tell me, to whom will you give me? And dad got angry. See? Shesham kopena purai. What cannot be explained properly should be managed by anger. This is how the angry people are those who are ignorant of the highest order. Therefore, they become angry and the people don't ask them questions. So the father became angry, and out of anger he said, Mrityave tvam dvadamiti. I hand over you to the death. Mrityave tvam. When this happened, this Nachiket did not start crying. No, Baba, no, not this. Okay. And he starts going. So when he is ready to leave to the death, then the father feels bad. No, my darling, I never said it, No, it's just out of anger. Please don't go. He said, no, Dad, you have already done one mistake and now you are sankalpabaddha. Whenever any karma is done after taking the water and the flower in the hand, you are sankalpabaddha. You cannot bypass that. You are committed to the Lord. That time you said when you sankalpabaddha, to the Lord death I give thee. So I have to go. I cannot stop going now. I cannot make your words vain and meaningless. That will be a greatest sin for a child to see that his parents are destroyed because of him. No. See, friends. Therefore, Shraddha is that inner strength by which we can conquer even the hurdle of death, what Nachiketa did. See, friends. Now, how the Shraddha is invoked? See? Many of us have this habit of asking wrong questions. And the question is, why some people are so, ignorant? Why some are born in a good family? Why some are born in the bad families? Why? Because the sky is too high. There is no limit to this why. And we think we are very intelligent, so we ask the question, why? See? So, the scriptures have only one purpose. Whether it is karma, whether it is upasana, whether it is yoga, whether it is knowledge. Only one purpose. And the purpose is focus your attention on your own self. That is the purpose. Like, what is the purpose of taking food? Hunger is satiated. That is the purpose. In the same manner, the purpose for what we study scriptures is only one. We are able to discover our own self. Only for this purpose, everything is done and undone. See, studying scriptures is like what? Now this is Bhagavan Krishna. Poor fellow became crooked. See, when you are looking at an object, you look at the object. But when you are looking at the mirror, you don't look at the mirror. You look in the mirror. And in the mirror, you don't see the reflection, you see yourself. In the same manner, scriptures are like mirrors. We don't study scriptures like we study James Hadley Chase. No. Scriptures are studied for seeing yourself, for your own self-discovery. Normally what happens with us, we are worried about the world, why the people are bad. Meaning what? I am good, but people are bad. Don't worry about the world. Take care of yourself. Bhagavad Gita says, Uddhared Atmanatmanam Natmanam Avasadayet Atmaiva Atmano Bandhu Atmaiva Ripur. We are in this world for our evolution. Don't worry about the world. World is most beautiful. The manufacturer knows his defects. We don't have to change anything in this world. See? So because the purpose of the scriptures is to bring our attention to our own self, and yet our foolish questions need to be answered by the same scriptures. So we ask questions. Yes. I don't know why I am so unlucky. I am the only one. My wife is so terrible. What should I do? I am fed up. So the Swami has to console that. Look here, don't blame for the miseries of your life to your wife. Why? Because in the last life you have tortured her. And therefore in this life she is again your wife, and not only that, she is observing Karwa Chauth. So she is not going to leave you for next 7 lives. Then what is to be done? Now start behaving properly with her. Now see 2 things. One thing, you stop blaming others. Second thing, you start behaving properly with the world. What is the net result? You will be at peace with yourself and stop blaming the world. The first step on the spiritual path is stop blaming the world. See how important it is. Normally, we all have default settings, like in our laptop we have got default settings. If I am a husband, the cause of my misery is my wife. If I am a mother-in-law, the cause of my misery is my daughter-in-law. Very simple mathematics. And till such time, we start blaming others for our miseries. What will be our spiritual practice? Our spiritual practice will be improve others. God has failed to improve us. Can we improve others? So, the purpose of the scriptures is to focus our attention on our own self. Therefore, it is said, whatever joy and sorrows we have in our life is the result of the good and the bad karma, what we have done in the last life. So where is our attention now? First our attention was joys and sorrows. Then our attention was, I am happy or miserable because of my wife, my children, etc. Now our attention is, all joy and sorrows are not attributed to anybody, but they are because of my karma. And if I do something wrong, it will not be deleted. We have to account for it in the next life. Now be attentive. What do we understand from this statement? If we are extremely subtle and intelligent seekers of truth, what is meant is karma, this life, next life, rebirth, going to hell and heaven is not the purpose. The purpose is When you stop blaming the world, you are told by the scriptures, you existed before this body was born. You are existing in this body. When this body dies away, you continue to exist in the next body to settle your account of karma in this body. Therefore, you are a continuous, unbroken existence. Where is death? Before coming to this beautiful city, today Babaji took me around. I was very happy to see places. So, before coming to this place, Peitermarrisburg, now I know also why this city is called as by this name. So, before coming here, I was in Binoni. Before coming to Binoni, I was in Mumbai. Before coming to Mumbai, I was in Hyderabad. Before coming to Hyderabad, I was in Goa. Before coming to Goa, I was in Mumbai. Before coming to Mumbai, I was in Washington. So I am continuous. Conditionings around me have changed. Exactly the same way. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantara praptihi dhirastatra namuyati. Like the body was a baby, then it started growing, it became teenage, then it became middle-aged, then the vertical growth stopped, then the body started growing horizontally. See? So in and through all the changes of the body, we continue to be the unbroken existence. We are the same. Tatha dehantara prapti. In the same manner, when this body is discarded, we continue to exist. Where is the place for death? And where is the place for being afraid of death? See? One of my Siddhi friend, Pante, he came and told me, Swamiji, you should not go out of Bombay too long. You go 5-6 months and you come hardly once or twice. You stay now in Bombay. I said, okay, why? What is the problem? I am very much afraid last 3-4 months. A fear has crept in my mind. I said, about what? About death. I said, don't be afraid. I promise you, you will die. There is nothing to be afraid. Your fear was whether I will die or not. No, that's not the thing. When I die, what will happen to my wife? What will happen to my children? What will happen to my business? What will happen to my property? I am worried about that, fear about that. I said, your question is self-answered. How come self-answered? I said, you go and ask those people, your wife, your children, ask them, if you die, what will happen? Then I said, they will give you answer. What answer they will give? They will tell, Papa, we are waiting, go. Tatha dehantara praptihi dhirastatra namuyati. See, friends. And therefore, the Shraddha tells us that we accept the scriptural words, we accept what the teacher tells blindly, because it is said, Atindriya Vishaye Vedaha Pramanam. That topic which doesn't fall in the purview of sense organs, organs of action, mind and intellect, for that the authority is the scriptures, the Veda. And we have to accept them blindly. Faith is always blind. See? I have faith in the food given to me that the food is good. Because without faith I cannot eat. But I don't have faith in me because I know me. In the area of knowledge, faith is not required. In the area of ignorance alone, faith is required. We are all leading our life in the kingdom of ignorance. We don't know ourselves, we don't know our past, we don't know our future. We don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. Everything is uncertain. And what is that which keeps us going in life is only this inner strength called as the faith. See, friends. And with this faith, when we continue, you will come to know that we become really strong within. Otherwise, all the time, those people who get into depression, frustration, only because they lack faith in them. See? And what is faith? Faith is blind surrender to something, whatever you may call it, God, Guru, or any scriptures or words, anything. And when that blind surrender is there, you see, you discover Himalayan faith in your heart. That is why it is said, faith can move mountains, provided our faith is stronger than the mountains. Our faith is with the roller scooter, those wheels, you push it and you go back. See? Therefore, friends, faith, do not discard it as just like that. What is called as faith from our side by God is called as grace by us to the Lord. In Ramcharitmanas it comes, Binu Hari Kripa mile nahi santa. Without the grace of God, the saints and sages do not come in our life. So for the seeker, God showers His grace in the form of the teachers, the Guru Maharaj. And from the student's point of view, he has faith in God, faith in the Guru's words. When these two things go together, this faith and the grace, they are like the two sides of the same coin. What is called as the grace of the God is also called, in other words, from other standpoint, as faith in God. Without the faith, the grace cannot come in our life. See, friends. And with this faith none of us have seen Bhagavan Krishna. But we have faith and therefore we are benefited. If somebody goes and imagines and talks, oh, there is nothing like faith, what is there God? Who knows where Krishna was born, and how it is possible that 16,118 8 wives he can handle. I can't handle even one. With this attitude, if we study Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, etc., we will be only studying this for writing a thesis. The scriptural study is not done for getting a PhD degree. There was one girl somewhere in Bengal. After my lecture was over, she came, Swamiji, let me introduce myself. I am a student of MPhil and I am doing this PhD on Bhagavad Gita, and I have discovered there are many verses which are not required in Bhagavad Gita and they are wrong, and therefore this interpolation should be corrected, and then I am going to publish the real Bhagavad Gita and not the present one. So when I looked at her, I said, hey, you are so sweet, why you worry about Bhagavad Gita, Go for some modeling and all that, that will be better. No, but I am interested in studying Gita because people are going the wrong way. See? Improving Bhagavad Gita. Then I said, your question must be about this 9th chapter, verse 4 and 5. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadam vyaktamurtina masthani sarvabhutani nachaham teshvavastitaha nachamasthani bhutani pashyami yogamaishwaram bhuta brunnacha bhutastaha mamatma bhuta bhavana. Is it not? How do you know that? You also believe this is wrong? I said, yes. Oh God, I thought I was the only one who had discovered this. I said, every fool thinks the same way. I said, what is wrong in this? Please explain me. She said, see, everything is contradiction. First the Lord says that Maya avyakta murtina idam sarvam tatam. Me, the formless, is permeating all the forms. How this is possible? Number one, contradiction. Number two, and they are in me, but I am not in them. Second contradiction. Third contradiction. In fact, neither they are in me nor I am in them. See, continuous contradiction, how it can be correct? I said, to understand this, take an example. Water tells that all the waves are in me, but I am not in the waves, because no wave can exist without water. But when the wave breaks, the water doesn't break. When the wave is born, the water is not born. Water is always there. Therefore, the water is telling, all waves are in me, but I am not in them. Waves have got the name and the form. The water has no name and form. Therefore, Maya Tatavidam Sarvam Jagat Avyakta Murtina. Me, the formless, is supporting all the forms. Like the water says, I support all the waves, but I do not have any form of my own. And no wave can exist without me. Bhuta Brunnacha Bhutastaha. I support every wave, and I live in the wave. But when the waves die, I don't die. And to be very frank, from my point of view, this I was talking to you from your point of view. From my point of view, there is neither wave, there is nor ocean. See, when we go in the sea, we ask that person, is the water deep here? Friends, the water is not in the ocean. The ocean is in the water. When this understanding will become corrected, then we will understand, oh God, how wrong we were thinking. So to that girl, when I told like this thing, she said, my God, that means last 1 year I have been doing research, it is all gone wrong. I said, don't worry, you write what you like, because ultimately you want a degree and a job. The Bhagavad Gita is feeding us. We also go and bluff the world, we get 2 times fun. We will also get, don't worry. Bhagavan has to take care of us. See? So when you study the scriptures with faith, you will be benefited. And what is faith? Faith is that simple medicine which doesn't allow unwanted questions to be born in your mind. See, when it is said in the scriptures, it's the last word. When it is said by the teacher, it is the last word. See the change in life. And the real change in life comes when we are at peace with ourselves. Like one person asked me this question, Swamiji, if we take the Lord's name only once, like Ajamila took at the time of death, Narayana, and he died. And then he went to Vaikuntha. So why should we chant the Lord's name all the time? I said, do you know when you are going to die? Because the last thought is the blueprint for your next birth. See? Yam yam bhavam swaram tyajatyante kalevaram tam tameveti kaunteya. In Bhagavad Gita 8th chapter, Bhagavan says, the last thought determines our next life. What will be your next life? There is a blueprint. See? Ajamila At the time of death, he said Narayan, he didn't call Narayana, he called his son. Therefore, you keep your children's name as God's name, rather than keeping Tommy, and he will come, oh. One person asked me this question, a very funny question. I mean, you must have seen so many places in the world, in India also I have seen, why people name their dogs with this kind of English name. I said, it is only to take revenge. When Britishers were ruling India, there used to be board in the hotels, dogs and Indians not allowed. So now we call them, Tommy, come here. This is the only. So if at the time of death you remember the Lord, you merge in Him. But if we are, instead of thinking of God, we think of dog all the time. What will happen to my dog when I die? Whether I should do euthanasia or I should do something or do blah, 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 blah. What will happen to my dog? Oh. The last thought was the dog and the person died. Oh. What is the next life? Oh. See? And nobody has seen this. This has to be accepted only on the strength of faith. See? And when in this manner we start studying the scriptures with faith in our heart, positive thinking, then alone we will become subjective in our approach to life. Till such time we are objective in approach, we will be asking questions and lead a life of logical evolution. Life is not logic, life is love. Those old husband and wife stay together never because of love or never because of logic. Find out. You will see as the age grows, the love alone evaporates and only they stay together because of understanding. So life is neither logic nor love, but it is proper understanding. And proper understanding is a child of Shraddha. See, friends, if you know how I enjoy my life, I tell you. Many people ask me, Swami, what is the secret of your perpetual happiness? I said, I have discovered many techniques. One technique is when you are in the company of the old couple, you ask them about themselves and then see the joy. In one place, on some hill station in India, Shimla or somewhere. So I said, my God, Shimla is such a beautiful, hill station, is it not? So the old man said, Swamiji, this is nothing, Real Shimla you should have seen when we got married and came for our honeymoon here. I remember it was February 1922 when we came. The moment he said 1922, do you think the wife will keep quiet? What is wife, One is invited forever. So she said, what 1922? We were married in 32. No, but we came in 22. Maybe you must have married someone else. And on their 22, 32, the match begins and you enjoy. See, I am not interested even in your marriage. Why worry about 32 or 92? So when they are constantly contradicting each other and all that, yet they stay together because of this understanding. Because in this old age, both of them know, Jau to Jau ka. Therefore, friends, to keep this understanding intact, cultivate faith. And faith can be discovered only when you discard the weeds of doubt from your mind. Don't doubt, start positive thinking. See? As we doubt, anybody is coming, who is that person? I don't know, but looks like a thief. Why should we think about negative? Why not somebody is good? Just start thinking. Other person is good, not bad. Your whole chemistry will change inside. Just think, you think about someone whom you really love and see what is the quality of your mind. And then you think someone you hate. See what is the quality of our mind. So when we hate somebody, that somebody is not affected. We are affected. See? Suppose I hate somebody and that somebody doesn't know. So he goes, Swamiji, how are you? Oh God, early morning this fellow has come. He doesn't know. He says, Swamiji, whenever I come and take your darshan early in the morning, my whole day goes so well. Therefore, I will come every day. Oh God. See, he doesn't know. He is enjoying and I am suffering. Because hatred is in my mind and not in his heart. See, friends. Therefore, Shraddha is this positive approach. With this, you lead your life. God is not far away from us. He alone expresses in the form of Shraddha. First expression of the divine is Shraddha. Shraddha vivesha saha amanyata. And then start thinking. The whole quality of life will change. And then be attentive. Then we will start discovering that every event of our life is so meticulously designed by the divine will. That particular event is necessary for our evolution and merging into Him. See, one of my friends, he was a police officer and he has one wife, 3 children. And he was very close to me. For him, everything was Swamiji, Swamiji like that. One day he came, he had his own hotel also. So one day he came from his hotel early morning, maybe about 4 o'clock, in an auto rickshaw, got down from the rickshaw, came to the house. Before he could enter, he fell face down in front of his own door, massive heart attack, and died. So the passerbys, they saw, who is this? He looks to be a nicely dressed gentleman, not a drunkard and all that. So they went and saw, oh, he is the owner of the same house. So they rang the bell, the wife came out and she saw her husband dead. So when I came to know, I went there and spoke. The child, the son, was so angry as if I have killed his father. See, Papa was so dedicated to you, he did so much, and I throw away all the gods, I don't have faith in God, it's all humbug and everything. So I listened to him coolly and I said, okay, I'll come again, now I have to go somewhere urgently, I'll come after everything is okay. And I went. After 1 month I spoke to him, again I went. I said, now you are a little cool, I'll talk to you. Now ask your questions. He said, if your God is so great, if Dad was so much dedicated to you, why did he die? What will happen to me now? What will happen to my sisters? What will happen to my mother? I said, you speak whatever you speak, then I'll talk. He said, no, only this I have to talk. I said, now see, let us analyze your talk. You are not worried about what happened to your father. Your worry is about what will happen to me, what will happen to my mother, what will happen to my sisters. And you call it love for your father. If you really love your father, you should have thought, now where he has gone, what has happened to him? Your love is not love at all. Think, friends. Then I told him, your father was young, handsome, strong, well-built. He died. Whenever you think of your father, what will be the image that will come in front of you? Young, healthy, handsome man was my dad, is it not? Yes. Suppose he is transferred from one place to higher position. From Bombay, suppose he is transferred to Delhi as the chief of the president's guard. You will feel bad or good? Of course you will feel good, is it not? Yes. So because he is promoted, I said in the same manner, he is promoted from this mortal life to something higher. If you think of him, you will be happy, you will not be miserable. But you are thinking what yourself, what will happen to me, and therefore you are miserable. Stop this selfish thinking. See? We are all miserable because we think wrong. A wrong thinking is lack of faith. Have this firm conviction. Everything that happens in our life is for our spiritual evolution. See? Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna was complaining non-stop, he says, Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacharjuna tanyaham veda sarvani nattam vetha parantapa. Hey Arjun, we have taken many births, you and me, and I know them all, but you don't know. So if we don't know, never mind, at least have faith. And with this faith you continue. You will see all the problems dissolve. No problem demands any solution, because the problems are born out of lack of faith. See, in this manner, when the faith is cultivated, we come to discover that this world is a place where we are here to play our role perfectly well and be happy, love all, serve all, and pass your time in this world till you are required by Him. See? An actor comes on the stage, how long he can stay on the stage till the director tells? No, I want to stay for some long. No, you get out. Your role is over. In the same manner, in this mega drama of the divine will, we are all on the stage of this world drama. Whenever we are asked, we are sent on the stage by His will. Has anybody decided to take birth here? We are just pushed. Durban mein aa gaya. Similarly, when we go out of this place, is somebody asking us, excuse me, you are being transferred into a buffalo body? No. So our arrival and our departure from this world is without our choice. Do you think we have any choice in this world? Live choiceless existence and you will be happy.